Hello everyone. Our today topic is energy resources. Before that, we have studied about the water resources, forest resources, mineral resources. So our today topic, energy resources, consists of two parts. Part one. In part one, we shall talk about the solar energy and hydropower energy. After completion of this lecture, we shall go for the next topic, energy resources part 2, which will consist of hydrogen energy and biomass energy. So let us see what do you mean by energy resources. Energy resources are the natural resources that can be converted into usable form of energy to perform work like lighting, heating, cooking, transportation, agriculture, and running industries. They are the foundation of modern life and economic development. So there are two types of energy resources. The first one is the conventional energy resources. In your syllabus also, this is given there, conventional and non-conventional resources. So conventional energy resources is nothing but it is the traditional resources. These resources are traditionally in use are known as conventional energy resources, right? It has been used since long back or since long time and form the backbone of industrial development. For example, we can see the coal. This also comes under the conventional energy resources. We have been using the coal as a energy resources since long back, and it is widely used for electricity generation and industry, petroleum or oil, fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene for vehicles and machines. Natural gas also comes from the conventional energy resources used for cooking, power plants, and fertilizers. Hydropower is used, hydropower electricity for from water dams. Wood and biomass also comes under the conventional energy resources used in rural areas for cooking and heating. The next is the non-conventional energy resources, which is also called as eco-friendly resources. This includes the alternative resource of energy that are being considered and commercialized for large-scale use after the oil crisis. These alternate resources generally are in the renewable forms. So the first one is the solar energy, solar panels, cookers, heaters, wind energy. That means which is wind energy generated from windmills and wind farms, right? Geothermal energy is found from the heat from the earth interiors. Tidal and wave energy we achieve from the ocean movements. Biogas from decomposition of organic matter. Nuclear energy from fission and fusion reactions. So this comes under the non-conventional energy resources. So we can say here, based on the durability and regenerating capacity. See, some energy resources is highly durable, and some energy resources can be used again and again, right? That's why the energy resources are classified as renewable or non-renewable resources. The key distinction lies in whether they can be replenished naturally within a human time scale. So we are going to talk about the renewable energy resources and non-renewable energy resources. Renewable energy resources are those which can be generated continuously in nature and are inexhaustible. This is a very important terminology, inexhaustible. For example, wood, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, hydropower, biomass, biofuel, geothermal, and hydrogen. They are also known as non-conventional energy, these conventional sources of energy, and they can be used again and again in the endless manner. Whereas we can see in case of non-renewable resources, which have accumulated in nature over a long span of time and cannot be quickly replenished. This is one of the important terms. It cannot be replenished quickly when exhausted. For example, coal, petroleum, natural gas, nuclear fuels like uranium and thorium. You can see here, wood is a renewable resource. How we are sometimes question is asked, whether wood is a renewable or non-renewable resources, whether coal is a renewable or non-renewable resources, how we can justify it, how we can answer this question. So wood is a renewable resources as we can get new wood by growing a sap tree into a tree within 15 to 20 years, right? Wood we can get within 20 to 15 to 20 years, but coal we cannot get it because it can take millions of years, right, from the trees, hence cannot be regenerated in our lifetime, right, within our life duration. Hence it is called as non-renewable resources. Coal is called as non-renewable resources. So next our energy resources is a solar energy. Solar energy is the energy obtained from the sun radiations. It is renewable, clean, and sustainable form of energy that can be directly or indirectly harnessed from various human resources. Some of the solar energy harvesting devices we are going to talk now. So first one is the solar cooker. So what are the procedures, how the solar cooker works? It comprises a rectangular box. You can see the figure here, which is made of wood. The inner walls of the box are painted black to increase the heat absorption and are covered with the glass sheet. This is a glass sheet. You can see here glass cover, solar radiation, reflecting mirror is also there, insulating box, the outer part. Cooking vessels are also shown in the figure, blackened aluminum trays. So it also has a mirror to focus the rays of the sun so that higher temperature can be achieved. So reflection is also taking place, right? This first solar radiation falls on this reflecting mirror, which comes to the box where the vessels have been kept. And solar radiation also comes directly through these glass covers. So we can see what are the advantage of the solar cooker. It saves conventional fuels like coal, LPG, kerosene oil. It does not produce any type of a smoke, and thus it is called as environmental friendly. Nutrients of food do not get destroyed while cooking. This is also one of the major advantage or major benefit from the solar cooker. What are the disadvantages of the solar cooker? Solar cooker cannot be used at night because we cannot get the solar radiation, solar heat, or at times when sunlight is not available. For example, if the day is cloudy, in that case, this cannot be used. It is a major disadvantage. Direction of reflection of solar cooker needs to be changed from time to time because the solar radiation is coming from these directions. If the direction is going to change accordingly, this box location has also to be changed. Solar cooker cannot be used for frying or baking purposes. This is also major disadvantage because simply we have to keep all these materials, food materials inside the vessels for cooking purpose. We cannot fry it, right? And as the time passes, the foods gets cooked in the vessels. The next device which is used by the solar energy, solar water heater. The solar water heater system consists of water storage tank, this is water storage piping system, and solar collector. These are the solar collectors. The three things are the solar collector, a flat plate that absorbs sunlight. This is a flat plate and hits the water. It is painted black or coated with selective material to absorb more heat. Transparent cover, glass sheet, allows sunlight to sunlight in but reduces heat loss. Pipes or tubes are there which carry pipes or tubes carry water. You can see here cold water is passed through this water heater, the collectors, and then hot water gets heated. After heating it, again is stored in the tank. That's why it is written here. It carries through the collector or absorb heat. Insulated storage tanks stores the heated water or hot water and prevent heat loss because of the insulation. The hot water from the storage tank fitted on the rooftop is then supplied through the pipelines into the building. Hot water is supplied to the building. Support frames are also given there that holds the system at a suitable angle to receive maximum sunlight. So suitable installation is also provided to achieve the sufficient solar radiation, solar heat. The next device, which is operated by this solar energy, is solar furnace, right? Known as solar thermal concentrator, is a device designed to focus sunlight onto a central point. This is one of the important points to achieve the high temperature. This concentration, once you are going to concentrate the solar heat or solar radiation, in that case, the solar energy can reach the temperature up to 3000 degrees centigrade. The main principle behind a solar furnace is use of mirrors to reflect and concentrate sunlight on the target, rather than relying on the combustion electricity for heat production. Solar power plant is also another device. Solar energy is harnessed on a large scale by using a concave reflectors, which cause boiling of water. And once water is boiled, we get the steam, and that steam falls on the turbine to drive it. So once turbine is driven, the turbine is also connected to the generators. We can get the electricity. Next, we can see hydropower energy. This is the second one. First one was the solar energy. We are discussing about the energy resource. So in this case, what happens in hydropower energy? The water flowing in the river is collected by constructing a big dam, and the water where the water is stored and allowed to fall from the height. Right, the stored water is allowed to fall on the height. So what is going to happen? The potential energy stored in water reservoir at high heat is converted into kinetic energy in the flowing water. So what is going to happen? The water falls on the blades of the turbine. The blades of the turbine located at the bottom of the dam move with the fast moving water, which in turn rotate the generator and produce electricity. That means the water stored in the dam falls on the blades of the turbine, and turbine starts moving, and further the turbine is connected with generators which produce the electricity. Hydropower does not cause any pollution. It is renewable, and normally the hydropower projects are multi-purpose projects that help in controlling floods used for irrigations and irrigation. So a stored water in the dam not only can be used for the hydropower generation, but also hydropower electricity generation, but also can be used for the control of floods. The water can also be used for irrigation purpose, navigation purpose. But one problem is there. At the time of construction of the dams or big dams, lots of environmental impacts may happen, may arise. This is one of the major problems, environmental problems during construction of the big dams. So this is so what we discuss in this topic. We talked about the energy resources part 1, in which we covered conventional and non-conventional energy resources, solar energy, and hydropower energy. Thank you.